Hello everyone, welcome to the Table Throw Show, a weekly Dungeons and Dragons show from 8 till 9 GMT. Today we continue from the last session, which happened last Wednesday. Joining us today we have most of the players. Two are currently missing, one of illness, one of unknown reasons. I'm sure Cole will find her way here probably halfway through the session. Alright. So last session, the party found themselves in prison. This being the original party made up of a dragonborn, a tiefling, a wood elf, and also a dwarf. They found themselves in this precarious situation for reasons they did not know, but after around 9 months they planned an escape. During this escape they would be not aided, but during that final kind of run out, they would meet two strange characters, Pavakel and Chim, part of the God Squad and believer in the God of Storms, who are currently trying to help the party escape, so far from what it seems, after they argued that they were indeed innocent and not guilty, and were only imprisoned for reasons they did not know of. Alright, so back in the session, everybody.
Hello.
Alright, so you guys find yourselves in the prison after finding Mira eventually. You found her alone in an unlocked cell, looking extremely bored. It seemed that the music she was playing, which got her moved into her own separate cell, the instruments has been taken away from her. She's...
God.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically walked out into the center of the kind of, there's 2 blocks of cells to the left and right. You wandered into the center area. There are 2 torch sconces on a large central pillar. The ceiling itself is relatively high compared to the cells, around 20 foot high. There's plenty of space for you all. You're currently kind of looking at each other, not really sure where to lead yourself at this moment. The rain from outside seems to be less audible than it previously was, possibly slowing down. The dim light is still kind of affecting your eyes. It's extremely kind of dank and horrid down here. The smell isn't pleasant. The air has this unnatural thickness to it. And you find yourself with every step stepping on a loose stone from the almost bricked floor. There's traces of blood for where Athena killed 2 of the guards, kind of next to you, Parvakel, as you kind of look to your left and look on the floor.
Fantastic.
Alright, so, what would you guys like to do?
I want my things back.
Do you have any idea where we'd find those? Did you see where they put them?
Well, no, we woke up here, sort of, just, you know, having
An
our
issue.
possessions stolen from us. Including our clothes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, those are important things.
And my breast
Yes.
dagger! Athena steps with her hand out, kind of looking very upset and very annoyed.
Right.
All of the daggers, from all of the places.
Well, if you can give me a good description of things, maybe I could cast the locate object.
That, I think, would work. I have some pretty unique items on me, so...
If you can give me a good enough description, we can do that up for you.
Yes, I just need to think really hard. I mean, I need to open my character sheet because I refreshed the page.
Wonderful news.
It's at this point, because I'm a wonderful DM and I don't want to handle 2 NPCs, Athena and Mira kind of go together and start talking about different places you can place daggers. Mira's like, what about the old fire dagger? And then you hear Athena like, nah, it's all about the breast dagger. As you guys are currently formulating a description, aka loading character sheets.
Alright, I know a good item. I have this, a coin, a very magical coin, that is
Alright.
tied to a goddess.
Right. What is
It
there
should-
any picture on the coin?
No, the coin is blank. For anyone it isn't attuned to, it's sort of a religious symbol. It should radiate a strong feeling of, well, sort of sun magic.
Right. Oh, can I? Is that enough for me
Uh,
to do that?
roll an intelligence check. You get a rough idea.
Ooh, dice time.
Dice time.
Ah. Right. It rolled away.
You hear a voice far in the
Oh,
distance.
there it is. No, it's not. Okay, right. Intelligence. Got it. Oh dear.
Oh no.
That's a 3.
I mean, you think you've got it, and you.
A thing with the spell is like it can just find types of it, so I could just be finding money. Or
Okay.
where that is.
So
It might not be the right thing.
That's good
before
for
you
work,
can
though.
really get that out, do you want to cast the spell? You think you know what she's talking about. You're picturing. She didn't describe its color, but you think maybe gold, silver coin.
Yeah. I'll try casting the spell.
All right.
Do I have to roll how it was in the other D&D, or do you just let me cast?
No, you can just cast spells in this one. You don't need to roll
I
for.
cast locate object, looking for the sort of coin she described. Of
Excellent.
metallic.
So you start searching for a coin. As she was kind of explaining it, you see that her hand was slightly larger than a normal coin. And you start picturing this large gold, maybe silver coin, which has some kind of divine energy for it. And although you don't sense any divine energy, you do sense that there's a rough signal coming from the stairwell to the right, which seems to lead up. And you also sense behind you, I say behind you, it'd be to your right on the map, Shim, through that wall and back, there seems to be a rough assemblage of coins. Not too many, but probably just slightly less than what's above you.
Right. Well, there's some coins downstairs. There's some coins with perhaps a particular energy upstairs. I'm not completely certain of an exact location, but I would imagine maybe upstairs is what we're looking for. But there is something to be investigated now.
Wait, I don't want to say anything, but like, wouldn't you guys know the way like out? Because you came in.
We got in.
Yeah, we just don't
How
know
did
where
you
their
get
stuff
in?
is.
You
Just
guys
say,
were
"Oh,
very
yeah, we're
briefly
here."
taken. You guys, just for a note, for anyone wondering, you guys were very briefly taken down, pretty much direct route. And the place on the right, that's where you came down from, but it's basically just a spiral staircase.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. You skipped the second floor and the basement entirely and went straight to this cellar almost. So you assume that it's not too far above you. It's not like first floor or ground floor. It's definitely the basement you're sensing coins from.
There's still stairs further down.
Yes, there appears to be stairs further down. Except the further downstairs. So you were sensing them behind you, basically.
Right.
And you are currently in a little small room next to, well, Mira and Athena would be together. So you're currently in this room, kind of at the doorway.
Right.
You sensed that it was almost down and behind you, but it was coming from through the wall.
Through the wall.
Yes, through the wall to your right, if you can kind of see where the darkened.
Yeah. I see.
Ping it.
For a note, the second stairwell, you know it's a stairwell. You've heard footsteps. It's basically blocked off by an iron door. It looks like it's open, but it's blocked off by an iron door. It seems. Whereas the rest of the staircases don't seem to have anything like that. It seems to be separate, almost kept separate.
Well, behind big doors are big things. Big coins, perhaps. Maybe we should try that door.
Well,
And I motioned to the door in question.
Tia, you're pretty much leaning up against almost leaning against the column, kind of. Closest to the flames as you would be. Looking ahead, you see this iron door construct. Looks sturdy.
Well, I suppose we don't need to necessarily just check out one place, and if there's coin involved, then I am very much interested. So.
All right. So you guys gonna try heading to the room?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. Who wants to go in first, out of interest?
Me.
The ghost of Todd appears.
I know.
Alright. So who would like to go first?
I can, because I'm still looking for my mouse and that new rat, so I think Corinne would probably be interested.
Okay, awesome. So Kieran, go to the door. You open it, a slow creak as the hinges seem worn and old. The door opens, slides across the stone floor. It's fully open now, and you see 3 things in front of you. A white mask with very thin slots for the eyes. A longsword with almost this winged crossguard where the quillons kind of extend into wings. The scabbard itself is magnificent. It's got all sorts of designs and carvings of dragons and different beasts. The final thing you see is a note, a folded piece of paper, which is kind of slipped under the mask in such a manner that you can see it. As you take one more step forward into the room, you notice that the wall that should be there, I mean, it looks like a storage cupboard. It's empty other than these 3 items kind of on the floor. The wall that should be there is scattered with bits of broken cobble and brick, and you see the entrance to what looks like a narrow cave. And as you begin to step in and approach.
Well, I sort of want to pick up the note, really.
Yeah, alright. So, you go past this doorway and into the room. You can tell it's empty. It looks like it hasn't been used for a very long time. And you basically kind of lift the mask and slide the note from underneath it. It looks like it's written on paper which isn't necessarily old. Relatively new at least. It's got some wear to it, but that's probably due to the way it was manufactured more than its actual age. You open the note, and written in very fine common is 2 words: "Find us." Again, you kind of look again at this mask. Picking it up, naturally you'd know you're a druid, you know the different materials and different things there are. You would feel that it's made of some kind of wood. It's painted white, but it looks quite worn, and was kind of almost not propped up against, but lent next to the sword, and you feel like there's a purpose behind this. Yeah.
I look over Kieran's shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Just take it. Look and sell it. So.
And can I read the note?
Yeah, it says "Find us" again. It's written very finely.
Yeah.
Very
That's
exquisite F.
Ominous.
Would the mask fit over Corinne's snout?
It looks like it's, interestingly enough, made more for not snout, but for more human faces. Although you could try if you'd like. It's kind of that shape of a face, just a flat face kind of thing. But you could try.
As my intelligence is 6 with -2, let's try it.
Awesome. So you don't need to roll anything for this. You pick it up, and as you put it towards your face, it almost molds. It feels very strange, and it will look strange to you guys as you see this almost flat mask, not really combine, but almost adorn her face in such a manner that pronounces her features racially. You can tell it's a dragonborn, but the face still almost looks flat. these two very thin slot kits, which should almost be impossible to see through, cost you no vision loss at all, Kieran, and you can kind of see around you. It's a very strange feeling. The mask changed from this very kind of plain, simple white wooden mask form to instead more of what you'd see like a Victorian doctor, medieval doctor with a beak. Although it's not very pronounced, but it is kind of there. And Kieran, you notice that the mask fits pretty comfortably. Despite it's got no strap or anything, it just fits to your face.
Can I make an Arcana check?
You certainly can. And Kieran, can you make a nature check, please?
Oh, that's not great. I rolled 12.
Alright. There's no magic coming from it here. Interestingly enough, there is something about this mask that's weird, but it's not arcane weird. Kieran, you've heard of something like this before. You've never heard of what it was, but there's an old tale about the first druid who was an arcane sorcerer so powerful. He basically created his own life, and this was one of the things he created, a magical tree which had immensely magical properties for scabbards, woods, and all sorts of things. It's nothing. It's never been proven. It's kind of an older tale, but it seems that this mask has similar properties to it. You notice that as you put it on your face, your druidic magics kind of pass through it, and you feel it in the natural environment almost.
Okay, she's happy. She's gonna prance around.
All right. You can't see any emotion on Kieran's face, but do you know like when a dog's excited and it turns its head?
Aww.
Kieran's doing that right now on the floor. The tail's wagging a bit.
Cute.
Right.
Is the sword is it just on the floor?
Yes, it was. If you imagine where the Quillon would be, again, which is the kind of shape of this wing, this mighty, angelic-looking wing, the mask was kind of tucked in between the curve of the Quillon on the blade, and it is on the floor in a very fine scabbard.
Can I make an Arcana check on the sword?
Yes, you can.
18.
As you kind of have to step a little bit closer to the sword, but it's not really a problem. You begin to look at its arcane essence, and there's nothing magical about it. It looks like a very finely crafted sword. Would you like to pick it up or anything like that?
Yeah, I suppose. If it doesn't seem immediately cursed or anything, so I'll pick it up.
You place your hand on it.
Oh boy.
And you pick it up. But it almost weighs nothing. It's as if the blade itself is a feather. The scabbard, in fact, you can feel the weight of the scabbard more than you can feel the weight of the actual blade. The handle is strange to hold. It's not wrapped like or done in a way you're used to. It's some kind of flat feeling material that looks ribbed and rigid. It's very strange to hold. Again, it feels like it's. Are you proficient with martial weapons? As I don't think you are, but
probably not. Okay. I don't use weapons really.
You have no idea how to use a longsword, but you know.
I surely don't. So.
You know that this is not how a longsword should feel. It's really light, exceptionally so.
Yeah, I would figure, because my strength is -2, so I can't, like, lift things at all. Well, this is, what kind of place is this where they just have these fantastic artifacts tucked away?
Yeah, it's a little bit dodgy. We go down the cave, or shall we go up and find your stuff?
Chim, I would like to add that you sense that the, as you all kind of build past the doorway and kind of look into the room, you would notice that indeed there is the presence of coin coming from down into the caves.
Of coin or the coin?
of whatever the spell works, your divine fate kind of guides you towards it. Whatever you were searching for, the guide is down there somewhere, and again, there is still the upstairs one.
There's some coin down here. It might be yours. Don't hold me to it though.
Well, you said the one upstairs had some sort of energy radiating from it?
Yes, I believe so, but there is also...
There was a stronger energy from it, not necessarily a specific energy from it.
However, there is also some down here. It's whether you want to check out both, neither one or the other.
Well, I feel it's unlikely that they... I mean, when they take things from prisoners, they store the item somewhere. And I don't feel like this mysterious cave is a very likely storage unit.
There is a stronger energy upstairs, so I would say that may be the smarter option.
We can check that out upstairs first, and then if there is like a lot of guards, we can probably flee into the caves.
Alrighty.
If we need to.
Onwards then.
Because some of us may have committed a murder or two. Some of
Wait,
us.
are you guys in your actual clothes? Or are you in prison garbs?
Some of them are wearing... They're basically stripped of armor and left to... They'll be given clothes if they've been taken away, kind of thing. But most people have kind of... I mean, Tia, you've got full prison garb.
Yep.
But yeah. It's the kind of thing where it's not like a prison where you have like, just prison garb. It is...
The dead guards are moving.
Don't worry. You guys wouldn't notice that.
Wait, what?
Okay, that's good. That's fun.
Cool.
Alright.
Do we think... I go to Pav. Do you think we could maybe pretend, if there's guards there, that the prisoners would be more comfortable talking about religion in their own comfortable clothes? Wait, are you wearing... I've completely forgotten. Are you wearing your clothes?
Me?
Not you.
No, I'm fully naked.
Are these your clothes?
No, certainly. I mean, I look absolutely disgraced as I am right now, so
Look,
no.
I don't know your fashion sense.
No,
alright?
no, and I don't blame you.
When
I
you
assure
asked,
you my fashions are excellent.
when you
I'll
asked Pav
take your
if
word for it.
Pav was wearing the clothes, shock, like begins to look down dramatically, realizes that you are indeed wearing clothes, Pav. Don't worry.
Excellent.
But that's just if
I love
that's
Pam.
just if they're a guard.
Yeah, and
So-
also, definitely, we could do the whole religious symbol. That's always good. Can't argue with religion.
No, you can't. There's
I
no
mean, you
debate on
can.
it. Definitely Jesus. Sorry, what?
Wait,
Not Jesus. Talvor. Nothing.
Who is this Jesus person though?
Who
Never heard
is
of them.
Jesus?
Yes,
Don't worry about it.
Jesse-
Talvor's the only lord.
Jesse Huss, the guy who runs the armory.
Yeah.
Jesse Huss. Alright. So,
He hooks us up.
would you guys like to head upstairs?
Yes.
Excellent. Alright, we'll move on to the second floor. For those of you who are proficient in Roll20, and a +2 to your change modifier, and for the rest of you, I'll drag you over.
Cool.
If you can do it as well, Jacob, just so I know I'm doing it right. Gina and Rosie, you should hopefully be able to see something.
Ooh, there's a lot of
yes, it has
things.
changed.
Ooh, there we go. Fabulous.
Right.
That's a pretty carpet.
Alright. So,
Oh,
you
that's a carpet.
guys
I thought it was a chest.
walk up a spiral staircase. You and Pav recognize it. Give me a second. Let me just put Shim on here. You and Pav would recognize it. This is where you were kind of brought down. You hear, as you kind of reach the top, you hear in the background a smith, a blacksmith. you hear the hitting of basically a hammer on an anvil. And it kind of continues and creates this almost atmospheric sound, this constant clanging. You reach the top of the stairs and it leads into a room. There are 3 statues in this room, all adorned in armor, all carrying blades. One carries a polearm which it holds out in front of itself in a little divot. Not a divot, that's a hole in the ground. An concave in the wall. You kind of walk into this room and there's a wide open space which leads into what looks like a landing of sorts, with a roughed rug in the middle. It's lit slightly better than, well, I say slightly better, a lot better. There appears to be a glowing orange light coming from somewhere to the right. You guys can't see it yet. It seems to be naturally lit, this place. You know that often, not necessarily dungeons, but other places do have some kind of arcane power that allows them to be roughly lit in the presence of a mage or so. You guys find your way up and are currently standing in this little area.
Cool. I imagine Pav and I should lead just in case some guards see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Alright, so
just
you
so
guys
it's not instant prisoner escape.
Should we have our hands tied up or something to,
What if we just take them on a pilgrimage?
Or what if I do this? I use the cantrip minor illusion to make it look like my hands are bound.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. You know that minor illusion only does work on the smaller spells like that, and yeah, indeed, your hands now look like they're bound.
There we go.
Although I'd say try roll me a performance check to see how it's not going to be a high DC because of the thing, but it's basically to see how well you can fake that your hands are actually bound. It's really convincing, to say the least. It's the kind of thing where if you looked closely you'd notice it, otherwise it'd almost be impossible to notice.
What about the other 2? What about their hands?
I've got rope.
Rope them up.
Yeah.
Could have just roped all 3 of you.
Yeah, but then if something happened...
True.
I do need my hands free for arcane casting. If we run into trouble, I could put the guards to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That would be useful.
Right.
Are you guys being quiet when you're speaking or not?
Yes.
I'm
Well,
trying
yeah.
to be kind of hushed.
So you're hushed, and there seems to be no change in the atmosphere around you.
When we and Pav were coming in, how many guards did we see?
You didn't really get to explore this floor. You literally just got taken straight down through it.
Passing.
You saw no guards in this area, at least when you passed through it. You know where the stairs are, in this area.
Yeah.
Again, as you guys came through, there was a blacksmith still working.
Right.
I think briefly about that
I would
special
imagine...
piece of... Sorry.
Yeah, you go.
I think briefly about that special medal that I had on me, and I fear that they've taken and maybe used that.
Oh dear. Well, you said there was like a natural light coming out.
There is some kind of glowing ambient light coming from the right side. You guys step forward a little bit as you're allowed to be there in a way.
Yeah.
So it's up to the rest of you if you want to follow. Pav and Chim, you walk forward. The group hushly follow behind. Say Athena would step out, her being a stealthy... Oh, Kieran wants to go first, cool. Kind of following forward, Kieran takes the lead of the actual party. You're not making it easy to do that. Right. As you guys step forward into the room, you'd notice that ahead of you is this a very strange looking set of walls. It doesn't seem to necessarily lead to anywhere. It seems like empty space. To your left, you see a separate small little corridor around 10 feet long. It's not too long. And to your right, you see an open door. You hear from it the clashing of a hammer on steel. You see a glowing orange light coming kind of through the door, almost as if there is some kind of warmth or torchlight, some actual light that isn't arcane and isn't just generally around the area.
Does it sound like the hammery man is in there?
It does. You can kind of tell that yes, there is indeed some kind of smith.
There you go, blacksmith.
Yes.
That's the term. Well,
Hammerman.
It's the hammerman. Did you say you worry he may have your stuff?
Well, no, I just worry about all of my stuff, but I had some pretty valuable metal, something that could be used to create a weapon. And,
right.
Well,
I just kind of fret for my belongings that are rightfully mine and have been taken from me.
Right.
Well,
understandable.
I could go talk hammers with this guy.
You could.
And, well, you don't have a look round and try and find your stuff.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can do. Let's do that.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go talk hammers to the dude.
you walk through Pav. You see working there a dwarven man, chained to not the wall, but kind of basically he's chained to a set of bricks that are kind of attached to the wall. The rest of you feel free to explore. I'll just get this started with. He seems to be working on what looks like a spearhead. You can see that he's kind of using the point of the anvil to make the hoist where it will go onto the wooden pole it'll be attached to. He keeps hitting away, kind of around it, making this curved shape. He doesn't seem to notice you as you walk in.
Hello? That's a nice hammer.
He kind of jumps and stops working for a second.
Oh, no, you carry on. I'm just visiting the prisoners as a woman of God. I say, putting out my warhammer, which is my religious symbol. And I was just always admire someone who's skilled with any a good hammer usage.
He's yeah, I think your microphone's a bit funny, by the way, Rose.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Optimus Prime.
Is that better? Or do I still sound like a robot?
Still robot.
Try just quitting and joining the call again.
Now?
Yeah.
Do I still sound like a robot?
Yup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, heck. Well,
I should wait until. Oh, are you quitting and leaving again, or?
I will quickly refresh you.
Okay.
Right, I'll explore in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
checking out this area.
okay.
I can't move, but I am also moving around.
Don't worry, we'll set that up for you at some point.
Cool.
Just give. I think you can still ping by holding the map. So just ping. Just click and hold.
Boop. That.
Yes, you did.
Is that a thing?
There you go. The rest of you should be able to move them. Athena kind of goes with Mira to this door over here. Oh, was I moving Kieran then? Tia, as you're wandering, I don't know why the blacksmith sound doesn't stop. There we go. Tia, you kind of begin to walk down this hallway, and you don't really get all the way down to it, but you do begin to explore it.
Yep.
Alright, do you want to peek around the corner or do anything like that?
Yeah, just kind of carefully.
Alright. So you begin to kind of peek your head round, and as you kind of draw right up to the edge of the wall, it looks like a kitchen. You see a table laid out with all sorts of fruits and some bits of meat. It looks like the horrible stew that they've been feeding you. Interestingly enough, you don't see any bread, which is what they've mainly been feeding you, just bread and stew.
This isn't very interesting.
Alright, moving on while you're doing that, where would you like to go, Chim? Is there anywhere you want to explore specifically, or?
Over there.
You walk into a room.
Zoom.
To your right, you see what looks like a wardrobe. You also see what looks like a chest sticking out from... I say sticking out. It's in this little cut-off section in the wall.
Yeah. I go look at the chest.
Alright. You go over to the chest. As you open it, it doesn't creak. It seems like it's well lubricated. There's no lock on it, and as you open it, you find there is piles of clothes. What it looks like, all not necessarily folded. They look like they've been chucked. Some are neatly folded, some are just chucked. But yeah.
Are there any particularly fashionable ones? I've heard someone in this party is particularly high caliber.
You find the clothing that you would see is you see what looks like a simple large tunic, which probably would fit the Dragonborn character. A green cloak with a golden kind of button, which has a headpiece and is relatively short but still quite long. A long red kind of looks like it's made of cotton, some kind of it looks like a triocery piece of clothing, like a coat or something of that measure. You do find a dark, what looks like some kind of leg wear. It's quite short, but it's there.
I put on the green cloak.
Okay.
And then I go running out like, whoa, look at me! It took me so long.
Alright. Is Rosie back? Would anybody know?
Am I still robotic?
No.
No, you better know.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Become a real human.
No, I was briefly taken over by Megatron.
After startling the blacksmith, he turns his head to you. You see that he is chained by his one of his legs is chained against the wall, and he also seems to have this, not really a collar, but more of a burnt symbol in his neck, and a metal kind of chain, not like a thick chain, like a necklace of sorts, but it seems to be branded and attached to the thing wrapped around his leg. It goes all the way up.
Wow. So, what are you doing here besides smithing?
The dwarven man turns to you and looks. He's just staring at you blankly. I'm sorry. Who did you say you were again, and why are you in my forge?
I'm Paths, and I'm here to spread the good word.
The good word of
and
what?
Also, my god, of course.
Alright, what's your god name?
Pardon?
What's your god's name?
Ooh, Talvor?
Oh, mighty Talvor, free me from thine chains on thy leg, and look, your god did nothing. I would very much like to continue with my smithing, unless you have much else to say.
Well, not really.
Not really?
No, not really. Gonna...
Alright.
And then,
He just seems genuinely kind of... You notice that one of his hands is slightly darkened, probably from the soot working next to a forge.
And I check out what metal he's working with. Whether it looks special.
Nah, it just looks like... It barely looks like steel. It looks like it just looks like layered iron, really. It looks like it's forged to be like a steel rather than a good starting metal. Again,
excellent.
You'd notice to your right there's an empty weapon rack, and in a box There is a set of spears, not really short swords, probably longer than that, arming swords, like one-handed shield swords, that kind of thing. One pole arm kind of leant up against a corner.
Right, so these are... Do these look like special weapons, or are they just bog standard run-of-your-mill?
They look like the kind of weapons that guards would carry around. They don't look special in any way. They don't look unique. They just look like plain old boring guard weapons. They all look standard.
Right, are you a prisoner here? I mean, well, quite obviously you're a stranger.
I'm a welcome guest, can you not tell? He kind of tugs his leg. Of course I'm a bloody prisoner.
Are you, like, wrongly restrained, or did you murder a guy? Because I'm not pretty down for that.
I didn't murder anyone, I'm just a damn good smith. The dwarven man kind of ruffles his dark brown hair.
And they imprisoned you for that?
They imprisoned me because my father wouldn't do it, so I had to.
Ah, excellent. That's not exactly a great thing, but I suppose you're not friends with the guards, are you?
I mean, not really. They don't
Cool,
really talk to me. I've been alone for quite a while now. I've started talking to the swords. They don't talk back.
Talk to my hammer. Lovely girl she is. Say, okay, cool, and then I leave the room, and I say, he's not gonna snitch on us, he's all chained up.
You don't see this as you walk away. His face is scrunched up and confused. Do you close the door behind you or just leave it open?
I close the door so he can't hear me saying that he's not gonna snitch on him.
You being Pav, you say that out loud.
Yeah.
You close the door, walk out. Oh god, Athena's passive perception is huge. Chim, as you run through, if you know that gif of the little, I don't know what animal it is, when it turns with the Death Star, a wood elf in this shadowed part, just about to open a door, turns with this Death Star as you walk out wearing a cloak, which looks like it would fit her form very well.
I don't walk. I hold my hands out behind me and just like Naruto run it. This like cloak that's way too long, just like flapping a bit behind.
Oh,
it's not too long. Surprisingly, it's about 3 feet, so it's not too long for you. It doesn't like scrape against the floor.
It's enough for Chim to be happy. Pav, look at me! I'm a superhero.
Oh, you look wonderful.
I do a twirl.
Athena takes one step. You hear the stomp.
Yeah. Oh boy.
She walks right up to you, right up to your face.
Oh boy.
Hi.
Let me roll for this. I know Athena's stats.
Oh my god, I can't believe Chim's gonna die.
Before you can even react, the cape is gone. And like a magic trick, you guys witnessed Athena pull it off like a cloth from a table and wrap it around her shoulders.
Whoa! You're a magician!
She's not.
Aww. That was so cool though. Well, in that case, I guess that means I found your clothes.
I run.
You hear the footsteps.
I'm like, in the chest, in there.
You get rough directions. Pav joins the rest of you. Mira just sits there stroking her beard. Right. So if you want to look in the chest, what you would have, Kieran, you have your natural kind of tunic that you had. A simple belt to hold it all together. You don't seem to find your armor. Tia, you find your bottom half, but you don't find the top part. It looks like some of the a lot of the fabric in here and clothes are just kind of jambles. Like you'll find an odd pair of strange trousers, but you won't seem to find a correlating top or anything. It very much seems like it's just scraps.
Tia's so angry.
Those were Gucci.
I kind of...
No, it was a family heirloom.
Chim told us I haven't actually checked the wardrobe, so... Maybe it's in there?
Is that what that is?
The wardrobe is behind you.
Yeah, there's a wardrobe.
I grab my pants. They're shorts, by the way. and I go for the wardrobe.
I didn't want to say skirt. I knew it was shorts or a skirt. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
You open the wardrobe. Inside of it, you find empty space. There's 2 drawers. It's kind of the idea that there's 2 doors of the wardrobe and there's 2 drawers underneath. It seems empty. You kind of look through the whole thing. The entire thing's empty.
Sorry.
Tia, no, she probably wouldn't just undress. Can you give me a moment of privacy, please?
Yeah.
Kieran kind of walks out with her.
He's like, no, I'm just gonna stand here.
I put on my pants.
Yep. Alright, that's fine. You are now dressed, or half dressed. You still have your top part from
set
the...
fire to the shitty prison pants.
That's fine. It doesn't seem to change the air. The forge itself seems to have that natural kind of smoky smell anyway, so it didn't change anything.
Alright, I'm done.
By the way, you are sensing coins, still up here. This is definitely the floor.
Yeah. When I was passing through there, I presume I saw that little entrance to this other room.
Yes, you would have.
Maybe try there?
Ping it and I'll move you there.
Boop.
Yeah. So you walk into this room, and the sense is really strong in this room. And you see there are 2 pouches, thick coin purses, on the desk next to what looks like a skinning knife, a eating knife, some leftover scraps, a plate.
Hey, what up, guys? Just realised, as I go to, like, call the name of the person who was looking for their coin. Who are you people? What are your names?
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun, huh? My 18,000 names.
Alright, the first to introduce herself. Well, I'm Athena Lyodon.
Hi, your cloak looks great.
She gives you a look of, you can't tell if she's happy that she did something cool, or if she's kind of angry and happy at the same time. It's the weirdest look you've ever seen at anything give to you.
Her big puppy eyes that sparkle, and she's got a little dimples, and it's great.
Athena gives in to her emotion on a roll of a 3. Just goes, Alright, next. The closest would be Kieran. Pav is just kind of standing there in the room looking big and Goliathy.
Yeah. Pav can't physically move herself. Right, on the...
Right, so...
The powers of DM.
Just what fine yet rustic architecture.
Alright, so you see Kieran kind of standing at the door next.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna say hello, Nia? Has Nia perished again?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, hi, I'm Kieran. Hi.
Hello. Waves.
Mira kind of, you didn't even see, she's in the room already. Looks like she just went straight through Kieran's legs. Mira waves, as she waves, her beard moves. Slightly unkept beard, unkept hair. Hi, Mira. Hi. I sing songs.
Hi.
Do you have any alcohol? She looks at tankards on the table, sees they're empty, slams them down. Damn it!
I'm sorry, we don't have any, unless Pav does.
Pav has forgotten. Pav checks and she doesn't. I'm very sorry.
The dwarf kind of goes onto the knees and slams her head against the one of the chairs. It's like that scene from Ace Ventura, if you've ever seen it. Just
Yes.
There's another dwarf through there if you want to go check if he's got some spirits.
He probably needs it.
Alright, and the last one would be Tia. You've currently set something on fire.
Tia, after she's done burning the shitty prison pants.
Very short job.
Probably, and just grinning a little bit while doing it. Takes the shitty prison shirt off and burns that as well. Doesn't have a top, but like, fuck it. She's been in prison for 9 months. She just doesn't care. I'll use prestidigitation to clean some of the dirt and blood off of me and
Do you want to do
fluff
your
my
hair?
up.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, fluff my hair up into perfection.
Alright.
And then I'll just... Boy, this grid is not perfect, huh?
Yeah, it's hard.
I'll just kind of saunter into the room and do this little bow.
Are you topless?
Yes, I'm topless.
Great.
Oh.
I say, and my name, of course, is Voltia Luxol Cupidol Kelidon of the Foros.
I'll call you Volo.
You can call me Tia, that's...
Oh, that works too.
This really happy looking halfling looking up like, that works too. Good old like little arm action going on.
Oh yes.
Tav
I'm
joins.
also like, Tav,
Yeah.
can you come in?
Tav saunters over.
So yeah, on the table you would see a thick, not a thick purse, but like a large purse filled with lots of what looks like currency. You're not sure what type. It is closed, kind of tied at the top.
And I present to you coin.
Ooh. I want to take the thing and kind of turn it onto the table so we can see what's inside.
You kind of undo the string at the top and pour it onto the table. Gold coins scatter on top of the table into a little mountain of gold coin. It looks like there's at least 110 gold pieces. But as you kind of look, you don't see that silhouette or even the actual coin itself. That silver coin, larger than all the normal coins, with a symbol of a dragon on the back. You do not see it.
Well, this is a little bit disappointing, but I got some of my clothes back, so...
Yeah, we've noticed.
Yeah, a good 50%.
Yep.
Pass, but like nowhere near an A. Shall we carry on looking?
Yeah.
Tia's surprised that everyone seems so,
Tav
affected by
sometimes
the whole...
forgets her clothes. This isn't new.
This is. I know it's warm in here, but this isn't a roast session, Chim.
It's not that.
Alright.
Well, I suppose we'll just kind of take these, as I was carrying much more than just this amount of coin.
Does this look like it's someone's office or something?
No, it looks like just a kind of chill room, really.
Okay,
It looks like where probably guards would gamble or something. The money lying around is a bit strange, but it's not out of the ordinary. You've seen, being religious travelers, you've seen places like this before, kind of falling into disrepair. Guards will gamble and often build up coin sets to do not necessarily legal things in their boredom.
I'll just go ahead and take these then for compensation.
Well, the other source of coins was from back downstairs. If it definitely is something you want to look for.
Well, both of you are religious. I suppose you would know that it's pretty important. It's my link to my deity, so...
Mm-hmm.
We can go look for that if that's what you desire.
Alright.
I suppose we might check the rest of this floor.
I'll say that you guys can do that, just free flow. And then we'll get you, just for the sake of ending the session quickly and for the sake of a certain somebody. Everybody, you search the entire tavern. You search, tavern. You search the entire tavern that all of a sudden randomly appeared. You search the entire complex, the top floor. You go down to the bottom floor. You pick up what you can. I'll note down stuff for people what you picked up on your way. And you go into the caves. Every footstep casts an echo. Stalactites hang from the ceiling. As you walk along, the floor is uneven. The walls are jagged and natural. Kieran, you would definitely be able to tell this is a natural cave. Chim kind of leads forward, jauntily walking along. Mira kind of copying it, realizing she's not drunk and then becoming sad again. You get to a strange opening in the floor of all places. It's very narrow, the walls around you, and it looks like paths can barely fit in. She has to kind of stand diagonally. Kieran having the same problem, except she's got a snout, so she has to put her head in a different direction as well. Still wearing the white mask, may I add.
Oh yeah, I was carrying a sword this entire time.
You sense the...
I'd keep that, you could sell it.
The coins down through this hole, which seems to lead into an opening. You can't tell what kind of opening, but you can tell that the moonlight is casting it's casting light into it. But yes, it seems like it's almost a small cave system.
Shall we... Pav, you should shout and see how long it echoes for.
Oh no.
Before you can even do that, Athena puts... She doesn't quite reach your shoulder, but you feel a hand touch the underneath your kind of... just on your lower back. And
I was going to say she didn't grab my pit.
Athena walks forward. She kind of holds her hand out to the sword that you're holding, Tia. You're gonna... She looks like she's asking for it almost. Would you like to give her the sword?
Well, you had it. I mean, I guess. Fine. Take it.
She takes the sword and gives you a nod. She's gonna make a stealth check. That's... Whew, okay. Yeah. You see as she vanishes from the lore. So... Athena's character no longer exists on a natural 20.
Sounds good.
As she goes down, she vanishes almost. Athena's not here, so I'm not going to explain what she sees until someone else joins her. She beckons you to follow and come down.
Alright, I'll go.
I'll say just... are you all going to follow as Tia goes down, or... She seems to be beckoning all of you.
Might as well, yeah.
Sure.
Alright. You all go through. Chim has no problem. Mira seems to have no problem. Tia, you find it pretty easy as well. Kieran and...
horns on the edge.
Yeah, just a little bit. Kieran and Pav are having a little bit of problem.
How tall is Pav, actually?
Goliaths are big.
They're like 7 foot.
Yeah.
Damn.
Pav is 7 foot... 7 foot 6. 7 foot 6.
Jesus Christ.
Alright. So as you kind of get to the... you do make it through. You see a slumbering beast, black as night, resting. You hear it breathing. As it breathes, it seems to breathe peacefully. Its fur is black. Its form is quite large. And it seems to not have taken notice of you guys coming down.
Oh.
Is it something we immediately recognize?
No. Actually, no. Kieran's... If you're proficient in nature, you can roll a check. So you'll have to check if you're proficient in it.
I'm proficient in not nature, but other things.
It's definitely something you'd have to be well aware of nature to be able to look at.
Alright.
This is Kinfa. Kieran. This is a beast you've heard of that stalks in forests and far off lands. This is a strange creature to be in this area, definitely. Or at least in the area that you were previously before you were imprisoned. This is what they call a panther. And as you guys step through the shadows, you hear the creaking as an arrow seems to be notched on a bow, and a dark silhouette stands in the darkness, lit by the moonlight. The faint details you can see now of what looks like a hunter holding a bow and holding this stern body position, looking straight at you all with an arrow notched, and that's where we're going to end the session.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna burn this sucker so bad.
What? Why are we gonna
Burn
kill
him.
the kitty
That,
cat?
no, that is tier. Every single encounter is burn everything.
Almost everything.
Oh my
What if
god.
this panther's friendly? Don't you want to pet a panther?
Hug a
Yeah,
panther.
I think if you
Alright.
tried to pet a
what
panther, it would
panther
chew
is.
your
it's
arm.
Like a, it's
It
like
might be friendly.
it's a dark hell beast. I mean, Tia's also a hell beast. I guess.
I
Alright.
mean, yeah.
Uh,
If it turns out to be evil, I'm gonna punch it in the face.
thank you everybody for
I wanna
watching
see
today.
if it's friendly.
Thank you.
We'll be streaming
Thank
again
you
next
very
Wednesday, won't we,
much.
guys? And we'll probably have Athena as well, and hopefully Mira. Alright, bye!
Bye.